Welcome back to Learn BC. We're going to talk about the difference between an inventory and a warehouse in Business Central. Before we get started, please like, share, and subscribe. Share the love. We appreciate any feedback and comments you can provide to make our channel better. So here is a great picture that I found with another provider that I admire out there, and they drew this out. I've redrawn this completely from scratch. It took like an hour or two to do all the slides. I think the key that we're trying to show here is that in an organization that does full advanced warehousing and logistics, this will relate to you. If not, we'll drop it all back to basic inventory and we'll show you the difference. But let's go through every section. You're generally going to have an area that's thinking about purchasing. You've got your sales up the top right-hand corner. Down the whole gray section for us here, this is all warehousing. And so you've got your raw materials, your semi-finished goods, and your finished goods. And up the top center, you've got your production, okay? And the difference of how to identify the two modules, because they are modules of Business Central and they can work independent. Warehousing is not required. Inventory, again, is not required in Business Central, but you can't have warehousing without inventory. So it's kind of like stepping further into complexity. The key thing to identify the difference is that in inventory management, it's all about the cost of the item, the quantity of the item, and what relates back to the general ledger. Whereas your warehousing is about where is the item, at what stage is the item, etc. So you can have a lot more complexity for tracking inventory. If you've got a warehouse and you've got forklifts and pallets, you should be doing warehousing. So let's step through what basic inventory is. So here I can see with the purchase order, I would actually raise a PO with the quantity of an item and a cost, okay? And we would then, as the truck arrives, we would actually go and receipt the goods. That's actually the point where this actually hits our inventory. So then it becomes a stock item. Now, noting nowhere in here for the inventory to be affected does it say, I need to actually pay the invoice. I need to have posted the purchase order to an invoice. That's step 2 for finance, but that doesn't affect the warehouse. So as far as we're concerned, a purchase order that's received, when it's received, it actually comes into inventory and into stock. Over here, a sales order. We have a sales order that as we go in on the line, select a quantity and a price, and then we post that, it's going to say ship an invoice. And at that point, it's a point of demarcation where those goods have left our system. The inventory is deducted of the quantity that you sold on the sales order, and the customer additionally would have got an invoice. In the process, it doesn't require to. You can actually just ship within Business Central and do invoicing separately. But for the purpose of this example, this is the basics. If you're running production with no warehousing, when you consume stock, okay, it would actually deduct the inventory. And when you create an output from production, which means you made a product, the inventory would actually increase. And when you do stock take is something that's quite important for our customers. When you count a quantity and as you go through the business, it's going to affect not only the quantity in stock, but also the price of what is the known cost on that item. So basic inventory, very, very simple. You can run inventory in Business Central without warehousing. Let's go take a look at a warehouse. Here we've actually got a full warehouse layout with bins. So now all of these bins have IDs. You can see row 17, and there's a row of shelves and bins. You've got row 18, 19, and so on. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And so we've numbered all of these to give a bit of an analogy. And so warehousing just gets a little bit more complicated where your purchase order, as you actually raise a purchase order, you would actually still receive the goods, okay? And it would actually mark it as purchase receipt, okay? So there's a warehouse receipt just here that actually turns around and completes the purchasing. Then you would actually go and complete what we call a put away. On the sales side, a sales order gives us the ability to plan shipping. We then create from there sales shipments. From a sales shipment, we create picks. And from picks, we pack and post. So at that point, it goes and completes the shipment and sends an invoice. Other movements that are important for us to understand: bin counting now, because you're now counting not just inventory, you're counting by bin. Okay, so every single one of these bins has to be counted. All right, when we're moving product into production, we may be moving bins into a set of bins, which are actually seen as the consumption bins, and we might have output bins just here, which we'll be then putting away from. You've got inventory adjustment and inventory counting we talked about through bins before. I guess the key thing here, the gap between the two, is inventory is using the item ledger entries. And if you're using warehousing, you're using the warehousing entries. And there's a bunch of those, from a warehouse receipt to a warehouse shipment. You've got a warehouse put away, a warehouse pick, and you've got your movements. So in a complex environment, there's reason and purpose for using both. This series, the video series, as we step through, we're hoping to actually give you a bit of insight, challenge your thinking, challenge your why about what you're doing with Business Central and how we can actually use this to your best advantage for your business and make sure that you really are getting the best value out of the platform. Thank you.